promise you're going to think that I made this decision as you were talking. I'm on page 306 of your playbook. And your playbook, first of all, Millionaire Real Estate Agent. If you don't have a copy, please see me. I still have copies in my office, and I will give you a copy as long as I have copies. This is your playbook. This is the path to $1 million in real estate, because you are on a journey to become a millionaire real estate agent, to gross $1 million, to net $1 million, to receive $1 million, and finally to give away $1 million, because you walk like, talk like, look like, and have the checkbook of a millionaire real estate agent. Affirmation, write it down. Now, preparing for this call this morning, I was thinking about, what do I want to talk to these guys about today? And my thought was two things. Number one, creating goals for 2022. And number two, their morning routine. Now, there are no coincidences. You guys went there before I had a chance to go there. How cool is that? So there's two things I want you to write down. Miracles happen between 5 a.m. and 8 a.m. Miracle mornings. Miracles happen between 5 a.m. and 8 a.m. All right, Natalie says 4 a.m. I was up at 3, but just saying. Not intentionally, by the way. Miracles happen between 5 a.m. and 8 a.m. And for those of you who are beast mode, it's 4 a.m. Fine. Here's the other thing I want you to write down. Am I sleeping through my miracle? Just saying. Now, here's what Gary says on page 306. Keep your energy to maintain your focus. The fact is that your ability to maintain your focus at a high level over time will largely depend on whether or not you can stay consistently enthusiastic and energized. Middle of the page, you can't reach big goals without a big sustained effort. And a big sustained effort requires big sustained energy. By the way, if your Wi-Fi is working slow this morning, so is mine. And I'm looking at my picture and it's moving really weird. I feel like I took some kind of crazy drug this morning. Second paragraph, life is energy. All its application and complexities, when you boil Einstein's E equals mc squared down to the basics, all it says is that everything is energy. Energy exists. You don't create energy. You either transform it or you transfer it. You're either transferring energy or you're transforming energy. Earlier, I said when somebody, I was referring to Tara Carter, and I said, Tara Carter is one of those people who brings energy to the conversation. I also shared with you that there's people who take energy away from the group. Read. Natalie, stop it. Is it the energy bus? Did I get that right? I think I did. Read, if I'm close. John Gordon is the author. The Energy Bus. You have, and stay away from energy vampires. That's what I want you to get from that book. All right, so 5 areas of energy on page 307. I just want you to read through that, and I want you to skip right over to page 308. And Gary Keller talks about the Millionaire Real Estate Agent Energy Plan. Meditate and pray to build spiritual energy, exercise and eat to create physical energy, hug, kiss, and laugh in order to create emotional energy, plan and calendar in order to create mental energy, and lead generate in order to create business energy. And all of that happens before 11 a.m. in the morning. Now, I'm going to take it a step further. For those of you who are in bold on page 25, and I think it was Michael talked about the one thing and the 7 circles. Well, there you are. And it was on my plan to talk about today. There are no coincidences. If you're not in bold, just grab a sheet of paper. And I want you to draw 7 circles. In the first circle, my spiritual life. The second circle to the right, this is creating a big wheel. The second circle, my physical health. In the third circle, my personal life. We're recording this, so if I'm going too fast, you can go back and watch the recording. In the fourth circle, or someone who's awesome and types really fast, you could put this in the chat. In the fourth circle, my key relationships. Fifth circle, my job. Sixth circle, my business. And the last circle, my finances. All right, quickly, spiritual life, physical health, personal life, key relationships, my job, my business, and my finances. Now, in each one of those circles, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being you are almost dead, you've got 1 foot in the grave, and 10 being you are on fire. Where are you in each of these circles? Now, be honest. By the way, nobody's a 0 and nobody's a 10. There is no such thing as complete failure, and there is no such thing as I've accomplished everything that I can accomplish. I can't get any better. That doesn't exist, and complete and total failure doesn't exist. Be honest though, where are you? Now, the next thing I want you to do is I want you to ask yourself, this is homework, what's the one thing that I can do such that by doing it, everything else becomes easier or unnecessary? It's the focus question from the one thing. And just to give you an idea, here's what I wrote down. And I'm not going to go circle by circle. I just want to give you a couple ideas. For my spiritual life, internalize God's word. The one thing I can do to build spiritual energy is to internalize the word of God. And that's, for me, everybody has a different answer, and that's cool. There is no wrong answer on this. For my physical health, it's walk 30 miles a week. Again, that's for me. For my personal life, my daily morning routine. Stick to my morning routine. For my key relationships, spend quality time listening, not talking, to the people who are important to me. Now, what I want you to do, if you don't have a journal, is I want you to go out and buy a journal today, right? Walgreens, CVS, Office Depot, go buy a journal. It's not a notebook. It's a journal. Buy leather bound if possible. Spend money on this. Don't go cheap. Buy a really nice journal, something that you're going to keep. If you come into my office and you ask, I'll be more than glad to show you my journals. I've got at least 20 of these sitting on my bookshelves that I've been writing in for the past 30 years. Now, in the front of the journal, I want you to write your goals for 2022. Now, here's your goal in writing your goals for 2022. I want you to write 100 goals. Why 100? Why not 10? There's a reason. Good morning, Aaron. Hey, Clarissa, Aaron just got here.
Yes, I heard you didn't call his name when you talked about the 2 people in the room, so I knew he wasn't there.
Oh my gosh, I love it. Aaron's response was, wow. Here's the reason why it's 100. It's 100 because the top 10 are going to be easy. 20 might be easy. 100 is going to be hard. But the more goals you write down, the more time you spend in this, the more real it's going to get. So one of my goals that has been a goal for the last 30 years, and it still lives in my journal, I'm teaching you exactly what I do every day, is to build a home, a school, a university, a preparation for life center for homeless children in South Africa. 8 million children a year. Now, this is an old stat. I don't know if it's still true. It might be more. Vivian's here. It might be more. It might be less. I hope it's less. But at one point, there were 8 million children per year who were becoming homeless in South Africa because of AIDS. And one of the goals that has been living in my journal for the last 30 years, it's going to keep living there until it happens, is to build a home, a school, a university, a preparation for life center for homeless children in South Africa. This would be some place for them to go, to have a home, to be taken care of, to learn, starting in pre-K, going through elementary school, into high school, into college. And the idea is that they would leave prepared to live an amazing life. How cool is that? Now, don't give me credit because it wasn't my idea. It was actually Bruce Wilkinson's idea from The Dream Giver. Now, he didn't come right out and say, John, this is your goal. But in reading that book, that's the message that I got. Build this place in South Africa. Now, is that a big goal? Huge. Can I achieve that on my own? Probably not. Will it happen? Yeah, it absolutely will. How do I know? Because I believe that it's God's plan. He doesn't change his mind. At no point is he going to say, hey, John, I changed my mind. I don't want you to do that anymore. For him, it's already happened. Write your goals. Write 100 goals. If I wouldn't have been stretched to write as many goals as I did, I never would have come up with that. Now, I want you to put these goals in the front of your journal. Just like that, right? I want you to list all of your goals in the front of your journal. The other thing that I want you to list in the front of your journal are your affirmations. Now, the reason you're putting your goals and your affirmations in front of your journal is because as part of that morning routine, you're going to write in your journal every day. Now, what are you writing? What did I do? What did I learn? What were my successes? Where did I fall short? Where are my opportunities to grow? It's not, who am I mad at? Why are they a jerk? Life sucks. No, it's not that. Now, part of this routine is it starts with reading your goals and reading your affirmations. So what I've done is I've just created a model for you that holds you accountable to looking at your goals every day, to reading your affirmations every day, because it's part of your routine. Now, a couple affirmations that I'm going to get to the hands that are in the room. I live in God's favor, and today is going to be my best day ever. I am a laser-focused lead generating machine, and I always stay in the 20%. I am an in-demand motivational speaker, trainer, and coach. By the way, this is from 2011. I just grabbed one off my bookshelf this morning. I am a wonderful husband to Monica and a loving father to Colin and Lacey. Money freely flows to me, and I love using it to live my ideal life and to glorify God. I am an expert at pricing homes, and every listing I take sells quickly. Now, this was 2011. Listings were not selling quickly. Not every listing you took sold. But I was affirming that they did. I am said that. I am having a $100,000 month. Now, this is cool. I'll stop at that one. Up until that point, I was selling a lot of houses, but I had never earned $100,000 in a month. In 2011, I did. I had a month in which my gross income was $120,000. Best month I've ever had in real estate. By the way, is that a big deal?
Yes.
We wrote a check, one check to an agent in our office this week for $120,000. Think bigger. That's why I said, is that a big deal? Because I want you to think even bigger than that. If I were you today, it would be I'm having a $200,000 month. Why is that important? Because money is good for the good it can do. All right, let's see. I'm going to start with Brian. I think he had his hand up the longest. And then Laura, I'm coming to you next.
Just two clarification questions.
Sure.
The stuff we write down, we write it on pen or pencil?
Oh, pen.
Okay. The second is, are we looking at goals more than 1 year or 2022 goals alone?
Oh, no. It's forever goals. It's 5-year goals. It's goals for the year. And in your goals for the year, I want you to break them down by the month and by the week. And I want you to set BHAG goals. Anybody want to guess at what that stands for? Big. Big is right. Hairy, audacious goals. Big, hairy, audacious goals. BHAG. Laura, Vicki, I'm coming to you next.
All right, this is just crazy. I agree with you. There are absolutely no coincidences in life. Absolutely. But it still makes my jaw drop, like jaw drop. The beginning of this meeting, what you just said, I am a firm believer of keeping your mind, body, and spirit in balance. And mine doesn't go mind, body, spirit. Mine goes spirit. Then it goes mind, which is business. Then it goes body, which is my exercise and whatever. Yep. So every morning I post into my spiritual group something that comes from a book that I had written. And I just flip through the book and see where it stops. And I just want to tell you really quickly what it stopped on today. Decide what you want and then go for it. And then it had questions down further in that chapter. What is it that you want? What do you truly desire? Focus on what you want your life to look like and all that you desire. Keep your focus on this image and idea. Spend at least 5 minutes a day at the beginning of the day before you get distracted with the action of the day to focus on this image. There you go.
Love it.
Crazy.
Love it.
Crazy. Thank you.
Love it. And love it. Powerful. Thank you, Laura. Vicki.
Yeah, I agree with all of that. And it is amazing about keeping your life in balance. But mine's just a really great quote that pulls this all into, just our visual. A dream written down with a date becomes a goal. A goal broken down into steps becomes a plan. A plan backed by action makes your dreams come true.
Love that. Vicki, that was great. If you could put that in the chat, because I know there's people.
Absolutely.
Can we ask her to repeat that? That was amazing. All right.
I'll put it right now.
Anybody in the room? No pressure.
Hey, John, I have another question.
Shocker.
So I hear a podcast over and over again by Earl Nightingale.
Yeah.
And it's a phenomenal podcast. And he says that, yes, we have to think about basically the goal, right? But he says have one goal and not many goals at the same time. Meaning if you just focus on that goal, you will achieve that goal. But when you say 100 goals, that's basically I'm hearing two different messages from two people that I think highly of.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Brian. The reason I want you to set 100 goals is because I want you to think deeper than your conscious level of thinking. I want you to go into your subconscious. I want you to go into meditation and just be quiet and listen, because I promise you there's something deeper that you're not even thinking about that's there for you. And I want you to discover it. It doesn't mean that you're going to be laser focused on 100 goals every day. When I go into my journal and I write in my journal every day and I review my goals and say my affirmations every day, Brian, I don't read every single goal that's in there every single day. And I don't repeat every single affirmation that's in there every day either. I'm not laser focused on achieving 100 goals every day. I do pick goals that are important to me right now. And I'm going to go back to this exercise. I do focus on what's the one thing that I can do in each area of my life in order to move closer to the target. So for health, it's walk 30 miles a week. That's it. It's that simple. It's walk 30 miles a week. That makes everything else easier. In my business, it's schedule 3 appointments a day. That's it. That makes everything else easier. Now, Brian, I don't know if that helps or not, but
that answers my question.
Huge Earl Nightingale fan. Oh my gosh, he's brilliant. There are some amazing videos on YouTube by him. Just get in there and study it. Think and Grow Rich. Another book on your list.
Podcast changed like my life 5 years ago. It's a 30-minute podcast called The Strangest Secret.
Yeah.
And it's incredible.
Yeah.
30
Acres of
minutes
Diamonds.
total.
There's another book. Put that on your list too.
Which one?
Acres of Diamonds.
Thank you.
Okay. What was the broadcast? Earl Nightingale. You know, talk about legacy. Earl Nightingale is passed. He's no longer alive. He is still changing lives today. Right, Jonathan? Yeah.
Question, John, for Brian. What was the podcast?
I'll put it in the chat, but it's called The Strangest Secret.
Yeah. Powerful stuff. Great call today, guys. I don't know about you, but I got my money's worth. Is your hand up or are you scratching your nose?
No.
Okay, hands up.
It's been so an aha for me is I've been journaling every day since February and just about whatever comes to my mind, whatever God wants me to write on that paper. And something I heard and something that I do is write down my goals, but I did not write them in the front. So that was an aha for me. And I think that's something I'll do better is write it down, get a new journal, write it down in the front and go back to it. And
Love it.
That will be better.
Love it. Thank you for sharing, Millie. Michael Topo, not going to be a call without you talking. So talk to us.
Right. I'd like to switch gears and talk to you about this appointment now,
Yeah.
but I almost feel like it's going to sour the call. So
Just let me do it. That's so funny. Hold on a second. I'm putting, oops, we didn't mean to do that. Are you guys still there? Oh no, I think I hung up on everybody.
Thank you.
Oh, you're there. Hold on.
Here.
We're here.
Okay, I can't see you. Where'd you go? There you are. Let me just stop the record, but let me hit the stop record button.